uranium salts.
So a worldwide flood would have made all these methods useless.
Most definitely. Let me give you an example of how water can affect radioactive dating. Less than 200 years ago, the Hawaiian volcano Kilauea erupted, and the lava which emerged from that eruption was submerged in water. It was subsequently dated by the potassium-argon method. Clearly, it should have shown the age of the lava to be about 200 years. The date recorded, however, was 22 million years. Obviously, the highly soluble potassium salt had leaked out of the sample and left it looking very old. Other samples taken from Kilauea volcano lava from 1801 were dated between 160 million and 3,000 million years old.
The situation gets worse and worse.
But there's also another assumption in radiometric dating, and that is that the rate of decay has remained constant and has not been influenced in the past. There are a number of things which could have influenced rates of decay.
Such as?
Well, the production of neutrinos from cosmic radiation could have been enhanced by a reversal of the Earth's magnetic field or the explosion of a supernova in a nearby star. Science has proclaimed that these events have occurred in the past, and they could have a substantial effect, therefore, on the radioactive decay rate.
So, if radiometric dating is no guide, what other methods are available?
There are a great many natural processes which date the Earth to be relatively young. For example, if the compelling evidence that the Earth's magnetic field has been decreasing with time is a fact, then we would find that the Earth would be rather young rather than old. There's also the question of cosmic dust coming from outer space, which is falling at a regular rate on the Moon and on the Earth. It has been calculated what the rate of this dust should be. In view of the fact that there is no wind or water erosion on the Moon, the cosmic dust would just pile up. According to radiometric dating, the Moon and the Earth are supposed to be 4.5 billion years old. So the amount of cosmic dust on the undisturbed Moon's surface should have been many meters thick. When the astronauts landed on the Moon's surface, they were astonished to find only a few centimeters of dust, the sort of thickness that would take less than 10,000 years to form.
One final question, Professor Berthault. In your opinion, how long ago did the Big Bang take place?
The whole Big Bang hypothesis was constructed to support evolution theory. Without evolution theory, there's no Big Bang.
It's difficult to believe that all those biologists, zoologists, and other scientists can be wrong. After all, they've been trained in the world's leading universities. Perhaps Professor Maciej Giertych of the Polish Academy of Sciences Institute of Dendrology, who lectures in population genetics at the Toruń University in Poland, can help us.
A good scientist is one who bases his conclusions on experimental data and observations. Scientists who study genetics, cytology, anatomy, or any other field of experimental sciences is good and reliable, regardless what he thinks about evolution. Science works very well this way. Where things do go wrong is when someone claims to be an expert in evolution.
Why do you say that?
Because evolution is not a science, it is a philosophy. Since scientists trust each other, they often accept the claim of evolutionists that evolution is a science. But it is not. It is the opinion of theoretical biologists and philosophers that evolution is a science.
But is there no scientific evidence for evolution?
What is claimed to be an evidence for evolution is the universally observable fact that every organism has parents, or at least one parent. Now this, coupled with the knowledge that there was a time when there were no ants, no frogs, no men, leads to the unscientific postulate that the first frog was born of a non-frog, the first ant of a non-ant, the first human of a non-human, and so on.
Why do you say this idea is unscientific?
Because the available evidence does not support it. The science of genetics clearly shows that such change is not possible. The evolutionists go even further. They claim that living things have evolved from non-living matter.
But if there is no scientific data to support the evolutionists' claims, how is it they manage to convince so many other scientists that evolution is a scientific fact?
Their main argument is that there are small positive or beneficial mutations occur in the reproduction cells and are retained by natural selection. These mutations, they say, accumulate and cause a species to gradually change into another species. Now, I am a geneticist, and I can confirm that in all the studies, in all laboratories around the world, where many generations of organisms have been produced, nowhere have positive mutations have ever been observed. And also in the most studied population of all, the human population, all known mutations are either neutral or harmful. They are never an improvement. In fact, nature is programmed to protect genes from changes and to correct errors that have occurred.
But if mutations don't cause changes, what causes all the different varieties of animals and the different types of men?
The varieties come from recombinations, from the mixing of genes during sexual reproduction. Organisms adapted to a set of conditions will concentrate in an environment that has these conditions. By interbreeding, they will form a population which has the, what we call, becomes a variety. Now also, if by accident a population is isolated, some features may concentrate in that population and give it a distinct appearance. This is what we call genetic drift.
But don't these varieties represent some form of evolution?
Well, many people claim that through this process new biological types will arise, but this is not so. All that has happened is that some genes have been segregated out from the population, and the population that we obtain is impoverished. It is poorer in gene content. No new genes have been formed. Now, if there are no new genes, there's no potential